Right, this is the third video on transformation of functions. If you've not seen the first two, I'd recommend you watch those before you watch this one. Right, this is the original f of x that I used as an example. I want to see what happens now when I stick a minus in front of the f of x. In other words, all of that, you're putting a negative in front of the whole thing. And let's see what happens with the graph. So that's the original f of x. All of that is the original f of x. That's the function. And I'm sticking a minus in front of it. You can see straight away what's happened. The graph, the original f of x graph, has been reflected on the x-axis. It's a reflection. So all the coordinates get reflected. If you look at the back at the corner. Let's suppose we can use that as an example. That's the red one. The minimum point. 1 second. You can see here the minimum point right there. It's -1, -2. And then it gets reflected due to this transformation, like so. Right, that point over there, you can clearly see it's over here, -1 and 2. You can see it's -1 along the corridor, -1 along the corridor. The only thing that's happened is that -2 there that -2 becomes a +2. So the effect of putting a minus, a negative in front of the f of x is that the y coordinate, that one there, the last value, the y coordinate changes its sign. The x value it's not affected. The x value is not affected at all. It's just the y value that gets affected. It goes from negative to positive or positive to a negative. Now you might be wondering then what could happen if I put the negative inside the bracket like that. You can probably guess what's going to happen. Remember, with this one, that was a reflection on the x-axis, so you can imagine what's going to happen with this one. Yeah, let's test it out. I'll just get rid of this one, otherwise it's going to look a bit confusing. So whenever there's an x, I'm going to put a minus inside of it. Stick a minus. So you can see what's happened now. That's the original one, the red one, and the green one is a transformation where you've got the minus inside the bracket. And there's a line of symmetry. The y-axis, the vertical line there, is a line of symmetry. It's a reflection on the y-axis. So this coordinate, the minimum point over here, that's saying -1, -2, -1, -2, and over here, that's +1, -2. It looks like only the x value has flipped, only the x coordinate has flipped due to the reflection on the y-axis. If you look back at this again, Remember, this was the original f of x. That was our minimum point. And it took a transformation along the y-axis. Right. So that's a reflection. I'm going to reflect the rest of it. There. That one there, it's still minus 2 down the stairs that way, minus 2 down the stairs, minus 2 down the stairs. The only thing that's changed, that minus 1 has become positive 1. So that's 1 along the corridor, minus 2 down the stairs. So the effect of having a transformation with a negative inside is that the coordinates are reflected on the y-axis. So only the x values get affected. As you can see here, only the x values got affected.